Hi everybody, Mike with Enviroscape LA, and we're up in Palos Verdes, California, and it's just a wonderful place to be. There's a lot of wildlife here, and we're at a house of a client that used to live in Manhattan Beach. They moved up here, and so I want to show you this element of what we did. Got these steps put in, and because this is higher than the house, this got this patio put in, and so we're actually doing a patio it's going to have a beach view, and then we just added herbs and we put a vegetable garden here. We did add some foxgloves because these foxgloves they attract the pollinators. So what you want to do if you do a vegetable garden, you want to put some pollinators in. Check out the hummingbird mint right here. Really cool stuff. Check out that flower, agastache. It's a really wonderful plant. We got this menorah plant in. Really cool stuff. But I also wanted to take you and show you that there is a garden we did, a pollinator garden, and I'm going to show you a few tricks to having a pollinator garden. All this flagstone that you see here was not here before. It was actually just grass. There was grass coming up to the pool. And actually, if you follow me over here, we got this designed out a bit. If you stand from this vantage point right here and you look out at the pool, it was just boring grass. There was nothing here. So we came up with this idea of matching the flagstone here. We put a flagstone path through here, and then we put flagstone around, and then what we put between the flagstone is carapia. It's a drought-tolerant ground cover. And then the idea was to create a pollinator garden that would bring the birds and the butterflies. So everything you see here, you see is this is actually relative, the agastache, it's actually a relative of the hummingbird mint that we just saw. Here's some status, here's Jerusalem sage, it's from Israel. Kangaroo paws right here, and then this is a California native. It's called a Zapatillo or fairy duster. The botanical name is Caliandra californica, California. Over here we have some Mexican sage, and we do have more Jerusalem sage, but these are just ready to pop. The idea is we wanted throughout the year we wanted something to pop, and of course spring is the best time of the year for all this. I also wanted to point out there's a lot of bumblebees here. Now, if you're from the South Bay, Hermosa, Redondo, Manhattan Beach, you don't see bumblebees anymore. And the reason for that being is because bumblebees are extremely sensitive to insecticides. And so tons of gardeners down there spraying, but up here there's a lot of wildlife, and so the gardeners just apparently they just don't spray as much insecticide. And so I've never seen so many bumblebees in my life. Check out, there's more carapia. Now the homeowner, you can see here there's been a little disturbance around the carapia. What's happening is the raccoons they're looking for proteins. So what protein do they have? Earthworms. And so they lift up our new carapia looking for earthworms, and then they're not clean eaters. They just leave it turned upside down, so it's upsetting the homeowners. So what we did was I mentioned to the homeowners that to sprinkle a little cayenne pepper, but they're so nice they put it in a bowl they're not going to eat this, the raccoons. So what I did was I mixed up, last night I went to the store and I got 10 cloves of garlic. I got vinegar and cayenne pepper. I mixed it all in a blender, put it through a sifter. It took me about an hour to do all this. Anyway, it's my concoction. Just sprayed it, so right now it has a wonderful, lovely scent of garlic. Love garlic, it's amazing. We'll do another video on how amazing it is for you. But anyway, that's nature's way of keeping the animals away. We don't want to kill them, we just want them to know that there's a closed sign to this restaurant. It's closed. Okay. Over here we actually installed lavender, and we put Jerusalem sage. Now mind you, Jerusalem sage is about as big as it's going to get. These lavenders are going to get nice and big right here. We didn't want anything that's going to get over the size here because we have the Pacific Ocean right in the back. So yeah, and it's just a work in progress. Anyway, we can see the hillside over there. It's got we just put the bark in. And I didn't mention, let's take one last look over here. There's drip irrigation that we put on the hillside. Now these are spray heads. We worked with the original spray heads that were here. Check out this flower. That's the Mexican sage. It's gonna get tons of flower. It's gonna look like a purple octopus. One thing that important to note on this herb garden, I put lettuce and stuff. This is gonna be more than an herb garden. I actually put some squash too. It's watered with drip irrigation here. So we've got some tomatoes, we've got basil. It's an herb garden with lots of other surprises that are gonna come up. Anyway, I just wanted to say that this is permaculture principles. It's bringing nature into the yard, and it's helping to create a healthier environment for us, for the children, and for the future planet Earth. This is Mike from Enviroscape LA signing off. When you think sustainability and regeneration, think Enviroscape LA.